We always ready for the smoke. Venom and Smoke podcast, you heard me?
Yo, and welcome to the Venom and Smoke Show. It's your boy Moo Young. You know I can't do this alone. Can't do this without my boy Nasty. Let's see if he in the call today. Nasty in the call. Yeah, man.
Man, you know I was riding today, man.
Man, my boy always in the call.
Yeah, bro.
Man,
always got something to
Nasty,
do, man.
we doing something different today. Nasty, you brought us a special guest. So, man, I'm gonna let you introduce it, man.
Hey, man, you know, one thing we want to do here at the Venom and Smoke Show, we want to highlight these young athletes that's out here doing their thing, man. And we got one in New Orleans zone. We got a professional boxer here, Quincy Chico. Lava Lace is gonna come in and kick it with us tonight, man. So, for those of you who don't know him, you about to get to know him. You hear me?
Man, here's a short clip to show that work he been putting in, man. We about to get this started. As soon as it pop open, man, you know, computers be tripping. There you go.
Come on, man. Work them 2-lane fingers.
Man, you know, I'm working with two.
Put him down.
Oh man, that's all you need to see on that one. Right there. Let's bring the man in though, man. Let's get it, man.
Oh, nah.
What's happening?
Ain't nothing was going on, young fella.
Oh, nothing much. Chilling.
Hey, bro, I don't know if you just saw the clip,
Oh yeah,
but
I just seen it.
I gotta highlight my second favorite part of that clip. You know, I love the body work. That was my
Yeah.
favorite part because a lot of young
Yeah.
fighters ain't willing to go to that body. But it looked like you was doing a little smiling and laughing at him
Oh yeah.
as he was going down.
If you watch any of my fights, all my fights, I always got a smile on my face. Like I'm always smiling, always laughing, cracking jokes to the dude I'm fighting. Is all because I'm having fun. It's my job. I'm having fun.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that, man. I'm glad to see you enjoy what you're doing. Everybody ain't able to go ahead and do what they love and make money off it, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, I like to see that, man, that you're enjoying yourself. So,
Yeah.
go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know a little bit about yourself before we get started.
My name is Quincy Chico Lavalley. I'm from New Orleans, of course. I'm from P-Town. I've been boxing. I'm a professional boxer. I've been boxing for about, I think, 11 years. I think I had 78 amateur fights. I think out of those, I think I probably lost like 8. I think I was ranked in the country as an amateur as like number 12 or 13. I was always like top in Louisiana. I think I was like number 1 or number 2 in Louisiana. I turned pro about 4 years ago. I think I'm 11-1, but that one was a controversy loss. We still trying to get that expunged off my record right now. They still going through reviews with that. That happened like a month ago. That's probably pretty much it. Like to sum up my career, like not sum up my career, but
I just want to let him know That's uptown work right there.
Man, stop that, man. Stop that, man. Hey, man, but I did go back and check out a lot of your fights, and you know that one L on your record. To me, you definitely clearly won that fight. That wasn't debatable. But the thing I liked the most was you brushed it off, put to the side, and your next performance you came out and you look spectacular. Everybody ain't able to get over what they take as a loss and move on to the next fight and get better.
Yeah, that comes a lot from the amateurs because in amateurs you fight every week. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you're gonna win every week. But like you kind of learn. I don't say you learn how to lose, but you just learn how to bounce back from it quick. Especially something like that. Like I told everybody after that fight, I said y'all shouldn't be mad because I'm not mad. It happens in the sport when because it was their show and we kind of expect something like that to happen. So it was my fault that I didn't stop him. But I took that fight on like you say like a 2 week notice because I knew I could beat the dude. So but if we ever get a rematch, I'm stopping him in like 3. I'm not gonna play with him because the whole fight I was playing with him.
That's the talk I like to hear, man. So,
Stop him in 3. I
so
challenge him to
that your
stop him in
last
2.
fight, would you say more?
I said I challenge him to stop him in 2.
That's what's up, man. So, your last fight was what about a couple weeks ago?
Like 2.5 weeks ago.
So when is your next fight scheduled?
My next one schedule is I think May 17th. It's either May 17th or May 18th, whatever the Saturday is in May, the second week of May. It's gonna be in Miami, I think.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Road
bro, don't
trip.
don't
Let's
live it up
do
on the
that.
beach too much now. You know
Or
you got a
nah,
performance to put on
nah.
now.
It's funny because like a lot of people like when I go out of town, like I've been all over the country. I've been in different parts of the world. Like every time I go out of town, I just stick in my hotel room, play the game, and just wait till I fight and then leave. I don't really go sightseeing or nothing like that because I'm down there for business.
That's what I
It's
like to hear,
nasty. That
man.
sound like a road trip for us. Nasty. Like I think we need to go check it out. Go
Hey,
check
you
out the
know I'm
place.
always down to go to Miami now. I might not come back, but I go.
He might not come back. See,
Might not
I
come
have
back,
to
but
come
I
back.
go. That's for sure.
See, I have to come back, but I'll leave you out there.
I'm cool with that. Well, look, I'll be back for the wedding, but then I might have to go back to Miami. I got you.
But please stay gone.
No, 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 no. I promise her a song. I'm gonna give her a song. It's
All
happening.
right. So Tico, how did you get started in the boxing game, man? Like how you get started?
As a kid, I fought a lot. Like I fought a lot. I used to fight every day. Like I don't know. Like back in before Katrina and stuff. Like we used to always had a little rivalry. Like it used to be like P Town versus Back of Town and Graveyard and Holly Grove. So we used to fight like every day. And after Katrina, we came back to New Orleans, and I think I started going to Johnson, in P Town, and like my brother had got into like a lot of activity, beefing with a lot of people, so it got to the point where it was like I had to move somewhere, and I ended up moving to Kenner so I could stay from around them because all the stuff they was doing. And when I moved out there, I got it like I met some friends and they was boxing. And they used to ask me to go to the gym every day, and I was like, nah, I already know how to fight. I don't need to go to no boxing gym or nothing. So I ended up going, and the guy that was going there for like 6 months, they put me in a ring and let me spar him, and I ended up beating the shit out of him. And he been there for 6 months, and that was my first day. He ended up quitting, and I ended up staying.
That's what's
Oh
up.
man, definitely, man. I know all about the P Town, back of town. I lived in P Town for like 2, 3 years. So I knew about the beefing, and you had to have them hands to
Yeah.
live back there. Yeah, I know. See, he wouldn't know he a downtown person. He wouldn't know about all that.
Hey, bro, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that, bro, because you're right. I don't know nothing about it uptown life. You know what I mean? But
Hey,
yeah,
so
man. I heard you say you took a fight on 2.5 weeks notice. That means you stay in shape year round.
Oh yeah,
What?
like cause I was just coming off a fight and we was like, you might as well just take it. All I had to do is worry about weight, just like the last fight I had. I took that fight off like a week notice, cause one of my teammates had ended up. Me and him was sparring on like Sunday, and he ended up hurting his hand, and we fight in the same weight class. So it was like instead of him, instead of dropping the opponent out, the show was already scheduled. He was like, just put me in the slot. So that's why I ended up fighting him.
Okay, I like that. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah.
So what is your weight class? So people
I fight at
don't know.
154, super welterweight.
154.
Yeah, I think I'm like I'm in the country right now. I'm like 20. I think I'm like 26 or 27 in the country.
Hey, but you gonna climb the ladder, man. Just keep putting in that work, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I came like it's long way. Like when I first started off, I was like two. I was like 203 or something like that. So now I'm in the top, like the top, probably the top 25 right now.
Hey, that hard work paying off, bro. Can't go wrong
Yeah.
with that. Can't go
top
wrong with it.
10 coming up, man. Like I believe, like you seem like you got the heart and the desire, man, to keep it going, man. So
Oh yeah, I'm
I
having
already,
fun. Like I used to do this. I used to do this shit for free, fighting in the streets. And I'm getting paid for it now. It's fun to me. That's why I always got a. That's why I always got a smile on my face. Like people don't understand it. Like I'm actually getting paid a lot of money that it takes people years to make just to beat people up. So hey,
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
man,
I ain't mad at
loving
that
what
at all.
you do. Like loving what you do, man. That'll get you successful if you love what you do. So
oh
you
yeah, but
make
and that's
like
another thing about it. I'm not like I always used to tell people like because when I used to fight out the country, like I fought in Nicaragua, I fought in Colombia. I didn't make no money off those fights because it's pro towns. You can't really make no money. And people be like, "Oh, you fighting for free? You fighting for free?" Like, it's the love of the sport. Like, if you chase money, you're not gonna make it. But when you really love something, the money's gonna come to you. So that's my whole philosophy. Like, it took me years to get where I'm at. Like, but I just recently started making money. Like, but I wasn't making that much money. I just started getting into a different, like, the different bracket with fights.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I know you do a little bit more than just fighting now, cause I've seen some videos of you training and everything, man. What else
Oh
you got
yeah,
going on over there?
yeah, I train people. I just started training people like recently, like just it's like I think some people like they don't like sharing what they do. Like I love to share with people. As long as you're willing to learn, I'll share with you. Like so that's my whole thing. Like I just started training my little brother. He been out of the boxing for like 2 years, and he went to our old gym and they didn't want to train him. So I told him to come over here by me. So I started training him, and I got a couple other clients that I'm doing. So they've been learning a lot. They've been doing a lot. So like, long as like I always say, long as you're willing to learn, I can teach you.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I just got one important question that not only I want to know, but everybody else gonna want to know also. What's your favorite football team, man? And please don't say the Saints.
The Eagles.
All right, as long as it ain't the Saints, I'm cool with that.
Oh
you
no.
said the Eagles. You said
Oh
That's
the
what he
Eagles.
no.
said.
Oh
Oh
no.
yeah,
I'm
look,
not.
I
I'm
got
not an
love for the
Aints
Eagles.
fan.
It's fun. I got
I'm
love
not
for
an
the Eagles.
Aints fan.
Hey,
Oh
that's my
man, you
favorite
go in
fighter.
there, you was good. You was good into that Aints comment, man. Look, at
Hey,
least you
bro,
not a
look,
Titans fan. I
say,
never
bro,
met nobody from New Orleans that's a Titans fan,
you
except
know
for this
me.
one on my left.
Yeah, you know me. I mean, hey, bro, listen, bro.
You
You
got to
know,
be the
real
only
New
Titans
Orleans don't
fan
beat
in
Aints
there.
fans. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
If you from New Orleans, it's no such. Before Katrina, you wasn't no Saints fan.
Thank you.
I
Either
was.
See,
you was a
everybody
cow,
know
is
that.
a is you a Cowboy
I
fan,
was.
or you're what's the other team?
The
Green Bay. You was
49ers or Green Bay.
Now I'm gonna put it this way: I was a Saints fan, and Nasty can tell you I was a Saints fan since the beginning. Getting slaughtered
You
in
was
the
one
net
of the
35.
five. I give you that. You was
I
one of the
said
five.
35. I used to get slaughtered wearing my Saints gear.
I ain't nobody stop being a Saints fan until they won a Super Bowl.
Nah, this one went suffer through the Billy Joe Hobart years. Many
I
years I
I give
cried.
him this much.
I ain't gonna
He
even
was a
lie
true
to you.
Saints fan because I remember him
You,
coming to school with a bag on his head before.
I about to say you was a trash bag days.
Trash back days, man. Look, man, look, I got born into being a Saints fan. That's what happened. All my family was Saints
They
fans.
they force you to be a Saints fan.
No, it wasn't they forced me. They basically told me, hey,
Hmm.
look,
Hmm.
watch the Saints. That's what came on
So
TV.
so so
What
so
we
if
were,
if it was your own church, you would be a Saints fan.
I probably would still be a Saints fan
You
because
said
that was
probably. That's a no.
I'm just saying it depends on who I saw on TV at the time. So all I like I'm a Pistons fan
That's just
for
that's just
basketball.
like that's like me with baseball. I'm a Cubs fan. You know why I'm a Cubs fan? Because Cubs is the only thing come on TV.
I was with you up
I
until
can
that,
tell the
bro.
truth.
I was
Like,
with you up until you said that. I was
the
with you all the
Saints
way until
used
you
to
said that.
always come on TV. Used to get the shit kicked out of them, but I'm from the
Yeah,
city,
that's the
so
only team come on
but
TV.
I'm just saying, but we got love for the Eagles because my uncle used to play for the Eagles. My uncle,
Oh,
guys play for the Eagles in
oh,
the
I
80s.
wouldn't even lie. The only
He
reason
had
I was
love for the
only
Eagles.
the only reason I'm an Eagles fan because my first jersey was a Don McNabb jersey.
Hey,
John McNabb.
I'm gonna tell the
At
truth.
least you're not a Titans fan, though. I'm just saying. I don't know how you became a Titans fan. We
well,
don't even know
listen,
how you
bro.
became a
I
Titans fan.
started out as
Remember
an
the
Oilers
Titans.
fan, bro. I
Remember the
started out as
Titans.
an Oilers fan in the early. You remember Tecmo Bowl? There were only two black quarterbacks on there, so my choice was simple. It was either gonna be the Oilers or the Eagles.
But you
I
hate
chose the
Houston.
Oilers. Say what?
But you hate Houston.
We're not in
You hate
Houston no
all.
more.
I
I
say
didn't
you
hate
hated
Houston as
all
a
day
child.
Houston.
I didn't hate Houston until I started going there. So I've been rocking with the Titans since the earliest days. Like for me, it was simple. I rolled with a team that had a black quarterback, and I've been like that ever since. You know what I'm saying? So I ride with
Well,
them.
now the Saints got a black quarterback. You gonna roll with him now?
Of course not. I'm still trying to figure out this Cubs, man. It ain't too late to change now.
Look. My grandpa.
Damn, the
It's my
Cubs.
grandpa. I used to sit and watch baseball games with my grandpa. That's what it was. And he
I
was
ain't
a
mad at
Cubs
that,
fan.
bro. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause my daddy a Cubs fan. That's what make me hate him so much.
Uh,
Cause we got a good rivalry. I like St. Louis Cardinals.
at least you ain't like my dad. He a Yankees fan. Like, so.
Oh, oh, yeah. He can keep that to
Yeah,
himself.
you know I
Yeah,
hate the Yankees. I'm a Red Sox fan, so I hate the Yankees. I can't stand the Yankees.
no doubt, man. So, besides yourself, what other fighters do you enjoy watching nowadays?
Um,
That's question. Thank you,
Roman
bro.
Gonzalez, Chocolatito, he fought last week. Um, the Charlo brothers, Errol Spence, probably Terrence Crawford, Julius Jackson. Is it? There's a lot of fights. I just like watching boxing, honestly.
That's
Like,
true. Did you get
yeah.
the watch Benavidez fight Saturday?
No, we was watching the Chocolatito fight. It was on the zone, so it was on at the
Okay.
same time.
Yeah. Well, I like Chocolatito. My only knock on him always was he wasn't defensively responsible because he liked to
I,
let his hands go.
honestly, like I didn't like. I used to fight for his own fight company. When I went because he's from Nicaragua, I used to fight. I fought like 4 times in Nicaragua. I met him a couple of times. And I seen him. I seen him like in person. Like I actually like the first time I seen him. My coach is from Nicaragua, so the first time I seen him fight, I was like, man, this dude's garbage. Like I was saying, like garbage. Like he get hits. I was like, he get hit too much. And
Yeah,
I was watching the fight at night. I watched that same fight in the morning, and I looked at it. And I was like, this dude is not getting hit. He's catching a lot of his shots. Like he catch a lot of them inside, and people don't pay attention to that. So he got a real good defense. It's just that you just don't pay attention to it. He catching it with his gloves, so you think he's getting hit.
yeah. I mean, but even with that, like I know he had to move down the weight because he said he didn't like fighting the bigger guys. But when he was up campaigning at 122 and all that, I think the bigger guys gave him problem. I still like him because he's an entertaining fighter.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And like you said with Julius Jackson, he's another good fighter. His only knock was he just couldn't take a punch.
yeah.
But I like him also. He's another guy with good hand talent.
And what's his name? Julius Williams. Gerard. He a good
J.
fight,
Rock.
even though he got knocked out by one of Charlos and he got knocked out his last fight, but he's still a good fighter.
Hey, bro, and even up until he got knocked out by Cholo, he was giving Cholo everything he can handle. I like J.
Yeah,
Rock.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
solid.
I think it's just like he was just being reckless. That's the only reason he got
Hmm.
caught. If he don't get
Yeah.
caught, then he gonna win a fight easy. Just like his last fight, he got knocked out. He just was being reckless.
Yeah, I think once he start touching, he get a little too excited and game plan go out the window. But he
That
definitely still top 10 in 54.
yeah, like that Philly side stuff coming out, that toughness, and then
Yep. Sometimes
People
you got to
under,
be smart
people
versus tough.
people understand. Like I tell people this all the time, bro. You get hurt, man. You better take a fucking knee. You might as well. Like you gonna take a knee and get knocked out. You gonna be more of a man taking a knee and getting back up and winning the fight than getting knocked out. Look, in the amateurs, I got hurt one time. I was fighting in amateur. I fought at 152. I had to fight against one. Roy Jones Sr. He one of his fighters. They hated me in the amateur because I fought like eight of his fights. I beat all of them. They couldn't beat me. Every week they come to the fight. I got somebody for you. And be like, all right, I'll beat him next week. I got somebody for you. And I ended up fighting this dude like 3 times. I think I fought him 2 times. This dude was like 6'2", fighting at 152 pounds.
Sheesh.
And I stepped back and he caught me with a straight right hand on the top of my head and wobbled me. I looked at my coach. My coach was like, I took a knee quick. I'm like, nah, you ain't about to stop me. I got back up and ended up beating him. It's easy. Like
Hey,
some people, like I'm not like I got a lot of heart and I'm very competitive, but I'm not about to show that I got nuts by just standing right there getting hit. I'll take a knee so quick and just come back and fight and win.
that's what's up. Hey, so I know you know the top four in your division. What fights are you looking forward to on your way up to the top?
Um, I honestly, I think what is Lubison? What is Lubin? The
Erickson
Hammer.
Lubin?
Yeah, Everson Lubin. I think that in like the next year or two, I could probably get that fight, and that'll be like my like a step up fight for me. I feel like I could beat him not easily, but it's gonna be a competitive fight. But I feel like I could beat him right now. If, like me training wise, I could beat him right now, and then like I knew everybody that's in his weight class right now in the top 10 right now is not going to be there in like 2 or 3 years. They're going to move up because all these dudes are big and they walk
Yeah,
around big. So I know most likely they're going to move up to 60 and it's going to be a wide open shot for everybody that's like down here right now, all the young dudes. So I feel like in the next year, so I'll be in the top 10 and competing with somebody else coming up.
hey, I like that attitude, man. It's there for the taking because I know for a fact, like you said, some of them guys get ready to move up. I don't see Jamel Charlo being there too much longer. I give him two, maybe three more fights at 54.
Yeah,
J Rock as well. Jaime McGee he shouldn't have been there in the first place, but he definitely got to go 60 or better. So yeah, man, the division is clearing out. So it's about to be time for a new king. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's about to be time for a new king. So my question is this, because me, I'm always a fan of it's too many titles out here. So when guys want to unify, become undisputed, that lets me know that they really take this boxing seriously. So once you get in that top 10, will you pursue the undisputed championship at 154?
oh, definitely. I want it all. Like you say, I want all the smoke. At the end of the day, it's all about legacy. Like it's all about legacy. So you got to fight the best to be the best. I got into sports, so like honestly, I tell this to everybody. I'm not scared to tell this people. I'm not trying to die, and nobody didn't know who I was. So I'm in it for legacy. I'm in it to win all the big fights I could win, and like this, so people know who I was at the end of the day.
Man, I'm loving all that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Cause see, now you got me hungry. I'm about to go run some laps now, man. I gotta stop on the legs my
You
damn
gotta
self,
put your
man.
old ass down, man. Run
Ooh,
some laps.
man. Say, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you said next
So
fight,
I
May
got
17th. You know who your opponent is?
Oh no, they still looking for somebody,
Still looking.
right?
All right.
I think with me it's like ever since I won that fight on ESPN, like my stock went up, and it's kind of hard. Like it's kind of hard to find fights for me right now. Like they send us people, and we say yeah, and then they be like no. It'd be undefeated. People, all type of people, they be like no, they can't take it. Like it's not enough money because it's a big risk or something like that. Like I always took like I think right now is that like everybody's asking for 10 and more to fight. And the same thing here. You don't fight for less than 10 or more, like 10 or more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only
And that's
downside of
that,
boxing is the
yeah, and
business.
especially with this COVID thing going on, you have to fight people.
Yep.
Like, there's no such thing. Like back in the day, you would be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna fight him right now because he's undefeated. I'm undefeated." Now it's like it is what it is. You have to fight. So that's why that's the only good thing I'm getting out of COVID. Like I like about COVID, like you actually have to fight people.
Well,
Ain't no
yeah.
denying, ain't no nothing. You actually have to fight.
And that's one thing that boxing is missing, man. Because a lot of these guys coming up with these padded stats, padded records, because they're not fighting nobody on their way up, and then once they get up and they
Nah,
get
that's
challenged.
it's an understanding. It's a business perspective. Like, cause I'm in boxing, and most people don't get like you have to fight those. You have to fight those fights like those journeymen and everything to build your stock up. You the hardest I tell like my coach Chase, he'll be like the hardest thing is getting to 1-0, and then it's 3-0, then they go to 5, and then you got 7, and then it's 10. And the more you win, and the more you look at presses, no matter who you fighting, your stock go up, and is more people want to see you because like everybody's starting off for a journeyman. Floyd, all them dudes. It is that
True.
you gotta have that switch to know when it's time to switch over. All right, I need to start competing with people. Some people don't have that switch. They just keep on fighting bums, build their record up, and when they get up there, they believe their record and they go fight somebody like them and they end up losing. They be like, what happened? Because they did something like that. Like you got to know when the
Exactly.
cutoff is. The cutoff to me, I feel like is about 11 or 12. That should be your cutoff of you fighting like journeymen and opponents. I mean, if it comes down to it and the promoter give it to you, that's not your fault. But if you asking for those fights and they not giving to you, they keep on giving you those guys because they trying to build you up. That's not your fault. But at the end of the day, as a man and as a fighter, you should be like, you know what? I need to pick up the competition. It don't even have to be no undefeated dude. It could be a dude with as long as it's not an upside down record, as in like the dude's like 30-2 or something like that. It could be the other way around. It could be like the dude could be like 20-6 or something like that. It's just more competition than what you had.
True. 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 And that's one of the things that frustrate boxing fans is the guys we want to see not taking on the fights that the fans really want. And I understand it's a
It's
business,
yeah,
you
it's a
know.
business. Like it's like you don't want like some of these promoters. They don't is at the point where like they making so much money off somebody. Why would I send them out there to lose or take a risk when I'm making this much money? So they trying to get as much money they can get out of them, and then be like, you know what, we're gonna take that fight now.
True. And I understand that portion of it, but like let's go for example at 135, right? That's one of the hottest divisions in the game right now. So you have Tank, you have Tiafimo, you have Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, all these guys that's at the top already.
Yeah,
It's not like they're not making no money, but we all know the real money is in them fighting each other.
I feel like
I
they should just.
understand what you say.
I feel like they should just do like they used to have the Super Six. They just do the Super Six.
Exactly, because
The
like
winner
like the
though
Super
and put
Six, like the Super Six put a lot of those guys on the map. Like
yeah
real
Andre
boxing fans know
yeah
who Andre Ward was, but nobody didn't check for him before that.
nah. That's how.
You know what I
That's when
mean?
I started. I started boxing around Super Six. Like I started boxing because of Andre Ward. That's my
Yeah.
favorite fighter. So when I met him, I told him that he was surprised. He was like, for real, like because when I fought on ESPN, he was a commentator. And
Okay.
before the fight, like I walked past him, I was starstruck. I was like, my coach was like, yeah, it's him. And I'm like, hey, I could get a picture. And he was like, yeah. I was like, you know, I'm such and such and such. And he was like, I know who you are. I've been watching you. I'm like, for real? And then like I think later on that day, we went to eat. And he was in there eating, and he was like, "Come talk to me." I talked to him for like 15 minutes, and then like the next day for the weigh-ins, I seen him again. He was chopping up with us the whole time, joking with us and everything, giving me advice and everything. And then I told him that I started boxing because of him, and he was like, "Oh, that's what's up." He gave me more advice, and then after I beat the dude, he came running out and was like, he dabbed me off. He was like, I knew you was gonna do it. I knew you was gonna do it." And he gave me a little bit more advice. So he was a cool dude. Like to meet the person that you always wanted to be like in boxing like that. So, and knowing where he came from and knowing that he did that, like, well, that put him in a platform because he had to fight he beat every super middleweight that you can think of and run from
Ran through
nobody.
'em. And that's what I like the most about him, man. Even that when he took the Chad Dawson challenge and the Kovalev challenge,
Oh,
he
that
had no
was
business
funny.
fighting at 75. But
That was funny because my ex, well, he was never my trainer. He was my strength conditioning coach. That was his coach, and I was in camp with Chad. I was in camp with Chad for like his last three fights. And I can tell you like this, I still don't know how Chad Dawson became a world champion. That dude is the laziest dude you'll ever meet. Like, work wise, I used to outwork Chad every day. Like, and I used to be like, this dude's a world champion. And I used to think about it. At the time, they didn't have nobody at 175. And when people
true.
started coming at 175, what started happening to him? He started getting knocked out. He started losing, and he just became a journeyman. Just like
Yep.
he lost a fight to a dude that was like it's a white dude. I don't know race or nothing, but it was a white dude that I think he was retired for a year. He was like he had like 7 losses or something, and he ended up going to decision with the dude and losing.
Yeah, that was
And
I can't think his name. That was his comeback fight after he
yeah,
sat out those couple. Yeah, I remember that, man.
that Spanish dude that was in his corner, that was my strength and conditioning coach.
Okay, okay.
He
So you
trained
been
at
around the circle.
yeah, so he trained at my old gym. Cause
Okay.
I'm at New Orleans Bicycle. I used to be in I ain't even gonna mention their names because it's fucking but because they claim they try to play me. So but I'm at New Orleans Bicycle Club now. But that used to be like I used to be in the gym with him. Just like Juwan Guzman. I learned a lot from him too. I used to have to when he was coming back, I used to be his sparring partner.
Okay, okay. So it sounds like you've been putting in a lot of work on top of that. So, well, out of all the fights you had so far, who was your favorite opponent? Who you think pushed you the most?
I think the fight Clay Collard because that was the fight I had on ESPN. Me and him fought before and we went to a draw. And the funny thing about that fight is the promoter tried to play me because we fought the first time we fought down here at Harris and I fought at 147 and I already had this fight set up. I don't know if people know this about like when you fight in your hometown or close to your hometown, they give you tickets to sell because it's your fans, it's your hometown, and you get like I think you get like 20% of the tickets. So they gave me a bunch of tickets. I sold all the tickets within like 2 weeks. We still had like a month before the fight. Um, and Clay, I was been supposed to fight Clay, but he never told me. Some promoters could like they take fights from other people, and the other people will pay them to put them on the show to get a win or something. And he told Clay that the only way he'll beat me if he pushed the fight up in weight because I fight at 47. So the first, I think like the 3 weeks before the no, like 4 weeks before the fight, he was like, "Look, I can't find you at 47. Nobody want to fight you at 47." He was like, "Can you go up to 150?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's 3 pounds." And plus, I was losing weight anyway. I was walking around at like 154 at the time. I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that ain't nothing. I could lose 4 pounds, whatever." So it's like, "All right, I'm gonna look for something." The next week it came. Well, the fight at 154 dropped out. Can you fight at 160? So it was like, I can fight at 160. It depends on who you get. Because it's a bigger weight class. I'm coming up from 147. He's like, all right, I'm gonna find you something like an easy opponent. It ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be tough. So that ended up dropping out. Now we like 2 weeks away from the fight. I couldn't find nobody at 160, but I could get you somebody at like 164. So we like looking like, man, I'm not fighting. He just stalling because I sold all the tickets. He don't want me to ask the people for the money back. So I'm like, all right, cool. If you find somebody at 64, we'll fight at 64. I just had to put on some weight. So the week before the fight, that's when he came with Clay. He was like, it was like about 3 or 4 days. We had already like stopped training because we was like, man, he not gonna fight. So we had stopped training and everything because I had another fight like 2 weeks, and my coach didn't want me to overtrain. So he was like, "This, we gonna just stop training or whatever," and because we got a fight in like 2 weeks. I had another a fight in 2 weeks out of the country. So the week of the fight, he called. I got a dude. But the fight gonna be at 168. He sent us a dude. The dude Clay was an MMA dude, but we didn't know before that he actually boxed. That he had over 100 and something amateur fights. His dad was an amateur coach for the Olympic team or whatever. So it was like we seen the fight. Like, all right, I could beat that dude easy. He was like, but the fight's gonna be at 168. I'm like, bruh, like that's like 4 weight classes. Like we looked at
Yeah,
each
that's a
other.
janky promoter.
Yeah, so we looked at it, me and my coach,
Real
me and my
James.
coach, me and my coach Felix, he's my manager too. We looked at it, it was like, all right, we could beat this dude easy. So we ended up fighting, and I ended up getting gassed because of all the weight. I didn't even go up to 160. I think I came in at like 160. I couldn't gain that much weight at the time. I think I'm like 160, 162. And we fought. He just kept putting his weight on me, kept pushing me. And I still felt like I won that fight. Everybody still felt like I won that fight. They ended up getting a draw. So after the fight, me and Clay ended up talking because we was in a line. We had to get paid together because after the fight, you get paid. So we was in a line waiting for our checks. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, they brought me in here to beat you, right? I was like, oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, because I got a fight next week. And the only way I get the fight next week is I get a win. And he was like, the only way I could beat you is if he moved the fight up to like 160. He's like, I've been knowing about this fight for like a month. But
Mm.
he was like, they had to keep on pushing up the weight just gradually because they couldn't just come at me from 147 to 168, 20
Yeah.
pounds. So he was like, that's why he kept on doing it. He's like, he been knowing about that fight for a long time. So after that, it was stuck like because it was a draw. It was stuck in the back of my mind, like, man, I gotta beat this dude. I gotta get him one day. So this dude ended up being like the poster child for boxing, as in like this dude went to start beating. He started to fight on ESPN, Top Rank. He started fighting on what is it, PBC. Started beating all undefeated dudes. I think he ended up after our fight. He ended up having like 7 fights. He went 7-1 because he moved up to light heavyweight and he ended up getting knocked out by a Russian dude. But last year when we fought in December, we were supposed to fight in October. We renegotiated the fight for October because he was like at the time he was like he had beat like 600 defeated fighters, and he was like I'm just taking people O's, and he always talk about me, and we ended up signing a contract for the fight. Like we called them for the fight, we called ESPN for the fight, and they took it. And we both ended up we went to Vegas for 2 weeks, and that's how I ended up leaving the gym that I was at because the strength and conditioning training, he wanted to go up there for 2 weeks before the fight. We ended up going up 2 weeks before the fight. We had an Airbnb because my sponsor had one up there, and this dude went crazy. Like the sponsors gave him like I think the sponsors gave him like close to like $15,000 to spend on us, on me, my coach Felix, and him to have out there. This dude ain't give us no money. He
Mm.
wanted to go. He wanted to go everywhere. He had us in casinos, out eating, and we end up catching like in different gyms. And I'm one of those people, like I say, when I go out of town, like my coach Felix told me, he's like, look, when Quincy we go out of town. Quincy just like sitting in the hotel room, play the game, go to the gym. That's it. Oh, now we gotta go out. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. So he was just out there for a party, going this place, going to that place, and we end up catching Corona. So that's how the fight got canceled, and we had to come back home. And we came back home, but while we was down there training, he was talking to me reckless, saying I was gonna lose the fight. I lost the first fight. He always against me, but we always kept him because he was a strength and conditioning coach, and he wasn't even doing that part of the job because I think it was my fifth pro fight. My coach and my manager Felix, he has a construction company, and he ended up had to move to Florida, so he passed the training job down to this guy. And he's like, "Look, I'm going out to Florida. I need you to train Quincy while I'm out of town, and a week or two before the fight, I'll come down here and train him. But I just need you to keep him ready." So he ended up training me for like 1 week, and after that, he just pushed me to the side. And I was training myself. So I think from 5-0 to 9-0, I trained myself. And he never came to no fights. He never did nothing like that. And like for that fight, all of a sudden, because it was in Vegas, and I was making a lot of money, he wanted to come. So he ended up coming. He ended up bringing us all these different places, and he was talking to me reckless, all type of ways. And my coach Phillips was like, does he talk to you like this all the time? Like, coach, at home is worse. He used to always tell me I was going to lose. I wasn't that good, different stuff. Like, the only reason I stayed around because my coach Phillips. And once that happened in Vegas, where we caught the corona and we came back home, I was like, man, I don't need that dude around me anymore. I was going to stand with him because Coach Phillips was like, bro, we work for you. Like, you can fire if you want to. You don't have to go to this gym. So we ended up telling him like, we gave him an ultimatum. It was like, look, how you doing? We was like, look, yeah, yeah. We was like, look, we gonna get somebody else to train. We still want to use your gym just to put your gym out there. And he was like, nah, either he train with me or it's nothing. And believe it or not, I'm the reason why that gym is where it's at. And right now it's going down the drains because I left. But when we came back, like Coach Phillips gave me the option to retrain with somebody, and I ended up coming to New Orleans Boxing Club with Chase Dixon, and he trained me, and we went out there and we just destroyed the dude, and like I could have stopped him, and I think I hurt him in the third round, and I could have stopped him, but I went back to the corner. I was like, look, this dude been talking so much shit about me, talking about he beat me the first time, that I wasn't nothing, that he was gonna take my O. Let me go out there and just play with him. I'm gonna play with him all night, but I'm gonna show everybody how to beat him. And that's what I ended up doing. And the dude ended up, I think he fought last month and he ended up losing, but he just left boxing. He went back to MMA. And that was like my favorite fight, just to say that from where it came from, like it started off where like we got a draw, and then he went out and he ended up beating like 8 undefeated fighters, and I came back and beat him, and that put my name out there. So that was like one of my favorite fights.
Well, I'm glad you gave the explanation, man, because I actually saw both of those fights,
Yeah,
and in the draw, I was just sitting there like, man, I know he see if he throw this right hand straight, he got him because he
yeah.
was right for the picking. But you kept looping it, and I was like, well, he don't look quite himself, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
usually you light on your feet, you always gave good head movement, but you didn't look like yourself. So now that I know that it was a weight issue, it makes a lot of sense. Cause I'm talking about, man, I'm screaming like, dude, the right hand is there. I know he
Oh
see it.
no, no, and that's a funny thing about that fight. So ESPN gave him his own special for that fight, and the whole time because he was like the dude from MMA coming from MMA, because he was like I think he was ranked like number one in MMA in his weight class. Is a dude from MMA coming to boxing and beating all these undefeated fighters. So they gave him his own special, and the whole special he was talking about me. He was like, yeah, Quincy don't have nothing. He just got this ugly overhand right. So with my coach Felix and Chase, we was like, look, since we got an ugly overhand right, I'm gonna land right hands all night and embarrass him. So if you see the second fight, the
Exactly.
only thing I was throwing was right hands, and I land every last one of them.
Yeah, man, that was the only thing that had me confused about the first one, because I'm like, yeah, he right for the picking. But now that you saying that they made you come up all the way up to 68, it makes sense
Yeah,
because you just didn't look the same. So you know what I'm saying. But even with that, I still think you won that first fight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying. I still
and
think you
that
won it.
and that fight fucked me up because I went up that high in the weight and I couldn't get back down to 47, so that's why I went to 54.
Hey, well, you should have. They should have told you about the Roy Jones lesson. You know, just because you're going up in weight class, you should always stay where you're comfortable at. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But even with that, 54 is the right division for you, man. You look
yeah,
comfortable at the weight.
I'm big. I'm the same. I'm like the same size as Charlo, but like I'm comfortable. Like I don't have to stress myself about losing so much weight. I'm always around the weight, and I feel stronger that way. Like a lot of my stoppages came at that weight.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
yeah. And I was want to know how you describe your ring style. Like, What is
Um,
your ring style for the people out there?
I don't
And
know.
don't say
It's
Uptown.
oh, yeah. I don't know because like it depends on like how I'm feeling that night. Like I'm always in a good mood. Like I'm always in a good mood when I got to fight, but it depends on like ever since the amateurs I've been that way where it's like the first round I always lose the first round for some reason because I'm always trying to figure out who I'm fighting, and that usually goes off my style because sometimes I joke around, I move a lot. Sometimes I just get straight to it and just you know what I'm gonna get him out of here. Sometimes I box. Sometimes I'm a counter puncher. So I got a lot of style. I just mix it up. It depends on who I'm fighting. And it depends on how I feel. So I
Hey,
would
Swiss
probably say
Army knife.
I'm a probably a more of a I'm a better boxer, but I don't like boxing. I don't know why. I either like brawling or being a counter punch.
I know why. I ain't gonna start doing.
You know, throw that
You already know it's the
uptown.
Uptown, man. The Uptown, y'all.
Trust me, I hear this every day of my life. Yeah, it's that uptown ain't get why you like to fight people and stuff.
Hey, bro,
But you
tell
still
me
a
where I'm
little
lying at.
line though.
Tell
But
me
you
where I'm
from the
lying
little
at.
line though.
Hey,
What y'all saying? I'm from
that
the
that ain't got
line.
nothing to do with what we talking about right now. That ain't got nothing to do with this conversation. No doubt, no doubt, man. But hey, I was glad you was able to stop by, man. Hey, let them know all your links so they can contact you. You know what I'm saying? You want to get
um
trained? You want to come see the fight? Let them know how to get at you, man.
um you can hit me up on Instagram. Is Chico World One. It's just one word and the number one. My Facebook is Quincy Chico Labelates. You can hit me up on that. You can DM me. You can hit me up like I got my own clothing line, everything. Like I sell sweatpants, shirts, everything, and I do everything myself. Like I make my shirts myself. I do everything myself. Like I try to cut all the middlemen out. So everything I do, I try to do it myself. Once I learn something, I try to do it myself. So you can hit me up for shirts, training. I also sell. Well, I don't know if you ever seen like I sell Chico water. It's mineral water. I make myself, and it's for like recovery, like energy, hangovers. It's for everything. So I also do that. I got a lot of stuff I
You
do,
need
but you
that.
can just hit me up
You
on
need that,
Instagram,
boy.
or you can hit me up on
You need
Instagram or Facebook.
Hey, bro, I don't need drink no more, man. I don't need no hangover recovery, man.
Nah, it's good. It's good for
that.
everything. It's like it's for the stuff I put in it. It's like it get you more hydrated. You lose weight, you'll sweat more, it get all your toxins out your body. It's a lot of stuff that I put in the water. But it's everything's natural and everything's organic. But I do it all myself though.
I ain't mad at that, man. You know I'm definitely gonna check it out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come ahead and see what this water working with.
Or
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you ain't gonna ever drink regular water anymore.
I don't know, bro, cause I still drink out the hose pipe. Not like me some water.
Yeah, that's how you got corona the first time. It's like the first
Actually,
time,
that's
like
not how I got it. But I'm gonna leave that part alone.
I don't even know.
You Corona probably went away from drinking the hose pipe water. All the shit
Hey,
they got up in the water.
I'm about to tell you, make your immune system strong, fighting off everything that's already in the water.
I'm saying you definitely gonna push your stuff on this show, man. Like we do that for everybody who jump on.
Yeah.
Like last week we had a wrestler come on. I pushed his beard products, man. Like you just gotta drop the stuff to me, man. I'm gonna get it out there. Yeah, to everybody. We just keep pushing it because I believe, hey man, look, if I can get one person to get your Chico water, your clothes, watch your fights,
Oh
man,
yeah,
that's one more.
I'm one of those people. If one person buy it, that's free advertising. They're gonna wear it eventually. I don't care if it take a month or two. They gonna wear it eventually. And then somebody that's a conversation. It's a conversation piece. It's like, what's Chico? And they explain to them what it is. Then they go to Instagram. They follow me or something, and then they become fans. So that's it. Like that's my whole thing. That's why I started making shirts. It's a conversational piece.
Oh yeah.
You gonna have my whole family here. 'Cause that's the name of my dog in here named Chico. So they
Oh
gonna
man.
They're gonna like the hell 10 dude.
Nah, I got that. When I was an amateur fighter, they used to have this Mexican family. They love me, and Chico mean kid. And in the amateurs, you can't have facial hair. So when I'm a facial hair, I look like I'm about 12. So everybody used to call me kid. Everybody used to call me Chico because I look like a little kid. So it kind of stuck with me. But as soon as I turned pro, I grew my beard, and I ain't cutting it. Like, cause I don't
Hey,
smoke, I don't smoke or drink or nothing. But I used to like, I always get carded for going to GameStop and stuff. Be like, I came in here yesterday, bro. And you gonna still card me? Like, I used to be like 22 with a baby face. Be like, I always gotta show my ID for everything. So that's why I grew facial hair as soon as I turned pro.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at that. Hey, Mo, he could grow a beard. That's a shame, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, man, I keep mine low, man. You know, that's how it is.
I hear you,
I'm
bro.
gonna
I
grow
hear
it
you.
out, bro. That should be aggravating me, man. Like, every time I grow it, man, I end up shaving it when I come on here, man. That should be tearing my face up. Like, so,
Bro.
and then though where I work, man, I gotta wear that mask for 12 hours, bro. Nah. Gotta keep the cheeks free, man. Like, gotta keep them free.
Man, you gotta say pause when you say some shit like that. Now.
Yeah,
I
oh
was
no,
just about to
pause.
say that.
I was keep. I
Very
was
not
gonna
uptown
keep
of you.
rolling. Like I knew I was gonna keep rolling. Nobody said nothing, so I was gonna keep rolling. But it take nasty to say stuff like that.
Hey, bro,
You know,
you
it takes
must ain't
nothing to
heard
be
how that
saying,
came
but
out to
just keep
us.
rolling.
Yeah, that ain't sound right.
That sounded real office. I ain't, I
Yeah.
couldn't let you go out like that.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to see you from the West Bank just now.
Nah, nah, nah.
We
Come
about to
on my
put you
face.
out the whole city.
Come on my face. Because look, I can't do it with the mask, man. Maybe when this mask stuff go away, man, I'll let it grow full mountain, man. But shit, I don't want to look all bad, like nasty over there, all them damn grades in this bill, man.
Hey, bro, that's for my daughters, man. Once the girls came, the grades came. I ain't mad at that. I embrace it at this point.
No doubt, man. But like I said, we thank you for coming on, man. Like,
Oh no, I appreciate y'all for having me, man. That's a big thing to me. Like I always tell people, man, the more stuff you can do and like the more that you get yourself out there, and especially not just getting me out there, getting y'all out there. Like, cause like I could share this on my page. There's more people following y'all and watching y'all podcast, and there's more people watching me. So like we both get something out of it.
No
oh
doubt,
yeah,
man. You
man.
just let me know when you ready to come back on, man.
Oh, anytime to
Definitely,
be.
I definitely want to get with you before your next fight, though.
Oh, all right,
I
man. We'll
definitely
have
want to
it
get you back.
all plastered all over the Instagram wall, man, for your next fight. Like it'll be
all right,
on there, man. I promise you that, man.
all right.
Thank you,
I
bro.
appreciate that.
No
So,
doubt, no
man,
doubt.
yeah. So that's it. Do you even have a nasty take today, or we just
Say, bro,
we just
I really
we
didn't,
just
man. I didn't want to do none of that today, bro. I just wanted to come on and let introduce my man to the world so everybody can go check him out, bro. I ain't had no take today, bro. I wasn't even prepared for that today.
in case you don't know, Quincy, man, his nasty take is he just pick a topic and he just go off on it.
Oh,
Why you gotta say it like that?
And he'll go off, and we about to get blocked like a million times. So for
I about to
what
get
he
blocked by TD.
Say, bro, if they didn't block me for last week one, we ain't gonna never get
yeah,
blocked.
that was crazy. I was scared. Like I
We ain't
was
gonna never
scared.
get blocked. If the Elvis Best ain't come at us, nah, we ain't gonna never get blocked. We good to
I
go.
thought Facebook had us done because talking about Fallon Fox, that was a hard one to go with.
Matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up. So what's your take on this, man? What do you think about these
Okay.
transgender I don't want to say, well, I guess I call them athletes fighting these women, man? Like what's your opinion on that?
I can't answer that one because this should have pop up like 3 years from now.
Oh, you know
And
what? You're right. Don't answer that.
Look, man, look,
I didn't see this. I didn't see this
fighting.
happen too many times. That ain't happening.
No one answer.
And I'll
Hey,
be
bro.
knocking at your. When I lose out of a $1 million fight, I'll be knocking at your door.
I ain't mad at that, bro.
Good
Do the
answer.
politics side, you heard?
See, man, you trying to mess up this man money?
Nah, man, cause you made me think about it, and he in the fight game, but he right. He don't need to answer that. I'm just lead him me answer. I'm gonna
You
answer all that dumb shit. I got it.
you answer because man, look, I don't want
I'm a
look.
hand.
He throw hands for a living, man. Look, I'm old right now. Not trying to have him come and knocking at my door saying, "Hey, Venom is more cost him $1 million fight, bro."
I feel that, bro. I feel that. Yeah. I'm gonna stick to answering them questions, bro. You ain't gotta answer them.
Yeah. Save questions from man right here, man. So, man, you got any shout outs, questions before we go? That's what we like to do before we dip off.
Big shout out to y'all from having me. Shout out to the New Orleans Boxing Club. That's where I'm at right now. I'm at the General's Party. Right, you hear all that noise. My coach and my manager Felix. My other coach Chase Dixon. All the boxers at New Orleans Boxing Club. John Boy. Leo. Marcus. McDaniel. Who else? There's a lot of us here. I just can't think of their names. But just shout out to the city. It's everybody. Like I say, just follow me and I'll be a world champion one day. Everybody here, we work hard. Just keep on watching the podcast, and we'll be back and we'll grow together. Just feel like that.
Oh, definitely, I'm all about that. Nasty, any shout outs for you yet?
Hey, bro. Well, first I definitely got to shout
Oh yeah,
out
oh yeah,
Chico.
my bad. Oh yeah, and shout out to the BC Tiger. I knew some baseball people. Um,
Oh man, hey, bro.
there's some baseball
Man,
people.
lead them people, man. Look, they won a championship last year. Season start next week. We gonna see them. You know what I'm saying?
All right, just
Lead
had to
them
throw
Tigers
that
where
out
they
there.
at, man. Lead them Tigers where they
Uh,
at, bro. No doubt, man.
Uh,
But nah, bro. All I want to do today, bro. I'm gonna keep it simple. I want to shout Chico out for coming out and kicking it with us. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have some new blood on here, loving the energy, wishing him the best of luck with his career, and shout you out. You know what I'm saying? You and your uptown energy. Glad y'all came and kicked it with me today. You did. And that's all I got, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna be for all that uptown hate now. Don't hate out, man. Look, we
Hey,
about to
bro.
have a world champion. So look, when you win that belt, you ain't gonna never hit the end of it. You ain't gonna ever hit the end of it. You know that, right?
Hey,
nah.
hey. This,
It
I,
was
I ain't got no
funny
problem taking this one.
that fight in Miami, the one that we getting reviewed right now, that was for a belt.
Oh yeah, that was the NABA title, huh?
That for the WBA.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, when you win that belt, bro, you're not gonna ever hit the end of it. Uptown one, downtown zero. You about to hit
Hey,
me
bro.
final, bro.
I'm not even gonna be mad about that one though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that one.
But definitely shout out UE for bringing Chico on, man. Like I appreciate that. I appreciate Chico you coming on, man. Sharing your story and giving my podcast a chance, man.
Yeah,
Like I said, we all about building here. Like I'm trying to build a network for athletes to come on and say their piece without getting
yeah,
themselves in trouble.
yeah,
Nasty will get you in trouble. But get their story out there. So hey man, that's just one step in the journey for both of us, man. So
yeah.
I definitely respect it, man. And thanks for
And
all the viewers out.
what is gonna be y'all putting this on Facebook for people to watch? Like how
It's on
everybody can watch it.
Facebook,
Yeah,
Instagram, YouTube.
No, I'm
What
saying like
else? I'm forgetting something.
you gonna repost it?
it's
Yeah, we
already
can.
it goes on the
Oh,
page. It's already
oh,
on the
okay,
page.
okay.
The Venom
Oh,
Smoke
okay.
podcast page, like what we doing now, is on
Oh,
there.
all right.
It's on YouTube live too, so YouTube is gonna be on there, and
Oh, all right.
Instagram I gotta put it on there, so that's gonna be on later on in the week, and I'll tag you in there on
All right.
Instagram.
All right. Wait, you said
Instagram you
it's gonna be on the webpage on Facebook?
got Venom and Smoke podcast page.
All right.
And it's just gonna be look all our videos on there, so
All
that
right.
I automatically says YouTube, same thing. Just Venom and
All
Smoke
right.
on YouTube, and all our stuff automatically stays to YouTube and Facebook.
All
Instagram,
right.
now I gotta put that in there myself, but it's gonna get on there ASAP. So it'll
All
be
right.
on there.
All right.
And I'll tag you in IG.
All right.
So you'll know. So if you see like 8 or 9 like videos tagging, I gotta break it down. You see stuff
Yeah.
like that, that's us. Just tagging.
All right.
Cause I don't want you to be like, what the hell is it? Yeah, that's just us tagging you in it.
Oh
So it'll
nah,
be definitely.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when people send me like too many messages or stupid messages, I block people quick. I'm just letting you know. At least I know who it is now. I'm telling you on Facebook, I block people quick. I don't block you from my page. I just block you from Messenger. Like you send me something stupid, I block you. Like seriously, and they'll see me in person, and be like, "Hey, I sent you a message. I ain't get it. I don't got the app no more."
Now, so this one about an hour. So about five, five notifications saying, "Hey, we did it." 'Cause I gotta break it up in like 15-minute increments and shit. You know how IG
All
is
right,
limited shit.
all right.
So, hey, Lala, that's our other podcaster who do our show on Thursday. She just dropping by to say hi.
What a la la.
She do our wrestling show, so we do that.
All right.
So, man, like I say, man, any last words, fellas, before we wrap it up?
Uptown. No, not really.
Oh
Nah,
man,
like I
man,
say,
man.
I appreciate y'all for having me. Man, I can't wait to the next one, and I hope y'all. I wish y'all a lot of success in the future.
Oh man, same to you, man. But I'm gonna leave the people with you dropping the boy again. It's like looking at that uptown stand up, man.
Man. Put him down.
Yeah, I just had to show that one more time. Just had to show it one more time. That's it. So this is your boy Nasty and my boy Chico, man. And we out, man. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
All right.
Thanks for watching.